Listen closely, beloved, because what I am about to say is not just words. It is a divine whisper to your soul, a message from heaven for your heart. You have been praying, you have been hoping, you have been longing for love, for partnership, for someone who sees your worth, honors your purpose, and walks with you in alignment with God's perfect plan. Perhaps you have wept alone in the silence of the night, wondering if your prayers will ever be answered, questioning if someone will truly come to protect you, provide for you, and elevate your life to the destiny God has promised. But hear this: God has heard every tear. He has remembered every prayer. He has been preparing you, refining you, shaping your heart, your mind, your spirit, so that when the one He has destined for you appears, you will recognize them immediately, not just by attraction, but by the unmistakable peace, alignment, and covenant that can only come from Him. This is not a coincidence. This is not happenstance. This is divine orchestration. And today, I want you to understand with every fiber of your being that your season of waiting is about to meet your season of fulfillment. God is bringing your wealthy soulmate, a soul prepared to walk with you, stand by you, and lead you into the fullness of your purpose. This is love designed by heaven, tested by patience, and perfected in timing, and it is coming for you, stronger than you imagined, because God does not deal in fragile blessings. When He builds with eternity in mind. When He joins two people together, He sees beyond wedding photos and celebration days. He sees decades. He sees legacy. He sees children, influence, impact, prayers that will echo through generations. Some of you have been asking God for love, but God has been preparing you for legacy. There's a difference. Love feels good. Legacy requires weight, and weight requires strength. That wealthy soulmate coming into your life will not just admire you, they will respect you. They will recognize the oil on your life. They will see the discipline behind your smile, the prayer behind your strength, the sacrifice behind your success. And instead of being threatened by it, they will honor it, because real wealth honors purpose. I'm talking about someone who understands stewardship, someone who knows that money is a tool, not a god, someone who understands Proverbs 3:9, honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of all your increase. This is not just a financially stable person. This is a spiritually grounded provider. They won't just make money, they'll manage it with wisdom. And that matters because provision without wisdom can destroy families. God is not sending you someone flashy. He's sending you someone faithful, faithful in private, faithful when no one is watching, faithful in how they treat waiters, how they speak about their parents, how they handle frustration, how they respond to correction. You're not just being matched by attraction, you're being aligned by character. Some of you had to walk away from connections that looked promising but felt draining. You tried to make it work. You prayed over it. You gave it time. But there was no covering, no vision, no leadership, no shared faith. And God whispered, "This is not it." That whisper saved you, because when the right one comes, you won't have to convince yourself it's right. You won't have to talk yourself into peace. Peace will already be there. Colossians 3:15 says, "Let the peace of God rule in your hearts." The word rule there means to act as an umpire. Peace makes the call. And when this person enters your life, peace will make the call. Now understand this. Relocation does not always mean moving across the country. Sometimes it means relocating your mindset, relocating your habits, relocating your expectations. But for some of you, it will be physical. New city, new state, new territory. Because your next level cannot be built in your last environment. Abraham had to leave his father's house in Genesis 12 before the promise unfolded. God said, "Go to the land I will show you." That required trust. Relocation always requires trust, and the person coming into your life will not drag you somewhere aimlessly. They will move with vision, with prayer, with strategy, and you will feel safe following because you see their submission to God. Let me tell you something powerful. When a person is submitted to God, you don't have to fear their leadership. You don't have to fear their ambition. You don't have to fear their success, because their success won't cost you your peace. Some of you are strong, independent, self-sufficient. You had to be, and there's nothing wrong with that. But God is about to show you what partnership feels like. Not competition, not control. Partnership, where decisions are discussed, where dreams are supported, where burdens are shared. Galatians 6:2 says, "Bear one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ." That's covenant language. You've been bearing your burdens alone for too long. And heaven is saying, that season is shifting. But hear me clearly. This shift will require humility too. Because when someone comes to protect and provide, you must allow yourself to receive. And receiving can be harder than giving. You're used to handling everything, fixing everything, managing everything. But this time, you'll have to trust someone else to stand beside you. And that trust will feel unfamiliar at first, but it will be healthy. The wealthy soulmate coming into your life will not just bring resources, they will bring reassurance. They will speak life over your insecurities. They will remind you who you are when you forget. They will challenge you when you shrink. They will celebrate you without jealousy, and you will do the same for them. Because wealth in the kingdom multiplies through unity. Amos 3:3 asks, "Can two walk together unless they are agreed?" Agreement is not about liking the same music. It's about sharing the same mission. This person will share your mission. They will understand that marriage is ministry, that your home is an altar, that your union is testimony. You will pray together, not just occasionally, consistently. You will seek counsel when needed. You will build wisely. You will invest strategically, and slowly, steadily, God will elevate you both, not for vanity, for impact. Some of you have entrepreneurial ideas stirring inside you, visions that felt too big to pursue alone, dreams you buried because you didn't have the support. God is sending support. The right partner doesn't limit your vision, they strengthen it. They say, "Let's pray about it." Not, "That's unrealistic." They say, "Let's plan." Not, "That's risky." They say, "I believe in you." And they mean it. This union will not be built on shallow attraction. Yes, there will be chemistry. Yes, there will be desire. But underneath it all will be foundation. Matthew 7 talks about building on rock, not sand. Storms will come. That's guaranteed. But when your foundation is obedience to God, storms refine you. They don't destroy you. God is building you on rock, and He's bringing you someone else built on rock. Now let's talk about protection again. Protection is not control. Protection is covering. When attacks come, financial pressure, spiritual warfare, criticism, misunderstandings, this person will not run. They will stand, will expose your vulnerabilities publicly. They will guard them privately. They will not mock your tears. They will hold them sacred. That's protection, and you deserve that. Not because you're perfect, but because you're chosen. Some of you have questioned your worth because of past rejection, but rejection was redirection. God was filtering your life. He was saying, "Not this one, not that one. I have something better." And better requires timing. Timing requires patience. And patience produces character. Romans 5:3-4. Your character has been under construction. And now construction is almost complete for this phase. You will not enter this new season naive. You will enter it aware, prayerful, grounded. You will not idolize this person. You will honor them. Because your first love remains Christ. And when Christ is first, everything else finds its place. The wealthy soulmate coming into your life will recognize that about you. They will respect your devotion to God. They won't compete with it. They'll join you in it. You won't have to hide your faith. You won't have to tone down your passion for God. You won't have to apologize for your standards. They will meet you there, and together you will rise, not overnight, not recklessly, but steadily, faithfully, 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 strategically attack, strategically, because God is not just answering your prayer for love. He is orchestrating a partnership that will shift your trajectory, expand your territory, and establish a covering over your life that feels like safety, strength, and sacred alignment. Alignment that feels like heaven touching earth. Because this is not just about companionship. This is about covenant. This is not casual. This is chosen. This is predestined. This is kingdom aligned. And when God brings this person into your life, He will move in ways that are unmistakable. You will know the timing is divine, because everything inside you, the peace, the confirmation, the alignment of circumstance, will whisper loudly, "This is God." Some of you have been longing for affirmation, waiting for someone to validate your worth, to prove that you are loved. But God has been teaching you all along that your value does not require approval. Your identity is not determined by attention. Your significance is embedded in His word. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." That future includes love, yes, but it begins with wholeness. And He has been preparing you for wholeness so that you can receive this love without fear, without compromise, without settling for less than the promise. There is a difference between craving affection and receiving covenant love. Craving can cloud judgment. Craving can lead you into situations that weaken you. Craving can even convince you that compromise is acceptable. But covenant love, the love God orchestrates, does not compromise your calling. It does not violate your purpose. It aligns with it. It aligns with it. It elevates it. It strengthens it. It nurtures it. And sometimes, the preparation is excruciating. Sometimes you feel lonely. Sometimes you question, why has this not arrived yet? But those questions are the sign that God is deepening your faith. Every trial, every lonely night, every whispered prayer that seemed unanswered is shaping you. It is making your heart ready. It is aligning your spirit. It is preparing you to recognize the one who will walk with you, not ahead, not behind, but beside you. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven." God is not behind schedule. He is precisely on time. And your season of preparation is part of His plan, Now, let's talk about provision, because I hear some of you thinking, a wealthy soulmate, but what does that mean? God, is this just financial wealth? No, it's far greater than that. Wealth in the kingdom is multidimensional. It's emotional wealth, it's spiritual wealth, it's intellectual wealth, it's a capacity to lead with integrity, to provide with humility, and to create abundance without sacrificing values. Matthew 6:33 says, "Seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you." God is not just sending you a companion, He's sending you a partner who embodies kingdom principles and can carry His purpose with you. The provision is holistic. It touches your life emotionally, spiritually, financially, and relationally. Protection is another critical element of this union. You see, in a world full of instability, the chosen one is never exposed to unnecessary harm when God orchestrates the relationship. Protection does not mean isolation or dominance. It means stewardship. It means care. It means a vigilant heart that shields you from attacks, whether emotional, spiritual, or even social. Proverbs 18:10 says, "The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and are safe." God is building a tower around your life, and this soulmate is part of that design. They will not add to your burdens. They will share them, multiply your strength, and guard your peace. They are not coming to control you. They are coming to cover you. Now, let me remind you of relocation. I do not mean simply a change in zip code. I mean elevation. I mean movement into the sphere God has been preparing for you. Sometimes, this requires physical relocation, a new city, a new environment, new opportunities. Other times, it is internal relocation, a shift in mindset, in identity, in capacity to handle more. Isaiah 43:19 says, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it?" God is preparing a new landscape for you, and this wealthy soulmate is part of that vision. They will not hinder your growth. They will accelerate it. They will not obscure your calling. They will illuminate it. They will not distract you. They will direct you toward your divine destiny. You've been waiting. You've been praying. You've been questioning. You've been anxious. You've been tempted to compromise. You faced heartbreak, rejection, and disappointment. But God has been orchestrating a sequence that is beyond human comprehension. Romans 8:28 reminds us, "And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are the called according to his purpose." Your past, your pain, your patience, all of it is working together to bring this moment, this person, this covenant into manifestation. Now, I want you to understand the human side of this. You are human. You will have doubts. You will have fears. You will question motives, question timing, question even your own worth. And that is normal, but God does not call you to perfection. He calls you to faithfulness. And your faithfulness in the waiting period will position you to receive the blessing fully, without fear, without compromise, without reservation. Your emotions are not obstacles. They are indicators. They tell you that you are alive, that you are ready, and that you are capable of receiving love at a new level. Some of you are being refined. Your communication is being sharpened. Your understanding of boundaries is being clarified. Your ability to trust without controlling is being strengthened. You are learning the art of receiving as well as giving. You are learning that covenant love is mutual. It requires accountability, humility, and intentionality. And these lessons, while challenging, are necessary. They will ensure that when this wealthy soulmate enters your life, the relationship will not just survive, it will thrive. It will not just exist, it will impact generations. The wealthy soulmate that God is preparing is also being refined. They are being tested. They are being sharpened. They are being aligned. They are also waiting, praying, and growing in the same principles you are. When God brings two people together, it is never random. It is always intentional. And when he aligns hearts, minds, and spirits, the result is a union that cannot be replicated by human effort. It is designed, divine, and destined. Understand this: God's choice of your partner is not about their perfection. It is about their preparedness. It is about who they are becoming. It is about how they will function with you in covenant. It is about their ability to enhance your life without diminishing your purpose. And it is about their capacity to walk with God alongside you. You will know this person because the peace will be unmistakable. The alignment will be undeniable. The sense of destiny will be palpable. And when you meet them, you will understand that waiting was necessary. Some of you have been struggling to maintain hope. You've been frustrated by delays. You've been tempted to accept less than what God promised. But let me remind you, kingdom promises are never late. They are always timely, and God's timing is flawless. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." This is your time, your season of relational elevation, your season of covenant alignment, your season of purpose-filled partnership, and it is coming. And when it comes, It will not just bless your life, it will bless everyone around you. The household you establish, the influence you wield, the testimony you share will reflect the hand of God in ways that surpass imagination. This is not about a fleeting love story. This is about a kingdom partnership. This is about strategic elevation. This is about creating impact through union, provision, protection, and purpose. It is about legacy, and God is orchestrating it with precision, patience, and power that surpasses understanding. Because when God moves, He doesn't move halfway. He doesn't send someone who will dilute your purpose, compromise your calling, or distract you from your destiny. No, He sends someone whose soul is as prepared as yours, whose vision is aligned with yours, whose values resonate with kingdom principles, and whose heart beats in rhythm with God's timing. That is the person who is coming to protect, provide, and relocate you. That is the one whose presence will not merely fill space in your life, but will expand it exponentially. Some of you have been praying for a partner for years, and the frustration of waiting has tempted you to lower your standards, to settle for convenience, to compromise your faith. But God's chosen ones do not settle. They wait, not passively, but with intentionality, with discipline, with prayer, and with the certainty that God's plans are perfect. Psalm 37:4 says, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." But notice it doesn't say He will give you desires you've formed in impatience or compromise. He gives the desires that are refined in obedience, shaped by faith, and aligned with purpose. Your wealthy soulmate is coming because your heart has been refined, your spirit disciplined, and your faith unwavering. This person will not just be wealthy in material terms. Their wealth will be visible in their character, their integrity, their generosity, and their vision. Wealth without wisdom is dangerous, but kingdom wealth is anchored in God's word, governed by humility, and invested in people. They will not merely provide for your needs. They will enhance your calling, empower your dreams, and elevate your influence. They will challenge you, not to diminish you, but to inspire you to walk fully into your God-given purpose. Proverbs 22:4 reminds us, "By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches, and honor and life." This soulmate has been walking that path, and that is why God is bringing them to you. Protection is equally important. Many people misunderstand protection as control or domination, but biblical protection is stewardship. It is the kind of care that preserves your peace, defends your integrity, and supports your mission. They will not mock your prayers. They will not belittle your vision. They will not diminish your voice. They will guard your heart, your reputation, and your purpose. Psalm 91:11 says, "For He will give His angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways." God is giving you an earthly partner who mirrors His divine protection, someone who walks beside you as a shield, not as a threat. Relocation is more than a physical move. God is calling you to move into a higher level of your destiny. This might mean relocating geographically, but more often, it means relocating spiritually, emotionally, and socially. It means stepping into spheres of influence you have not occupied before. It means expanding your capacity to dream, lead, and impact the world. Isaiah 43:19 says, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it?" God's new thing will often require a companion who is equally prepared to move with you. Your wealthy soulmate will not hinder your growth. They will amplify it. They will not challenge your calling. They will champion it. Some of you have been building alone. You've learned to fight battles without backup, to make decisions without counsel, and to endure hardships without support. That strength is commendable. But God's design is for partnership. Ecclesiastes 4:12 says, "A threefold cord is not quickly broken. You were built to thrive in collaboration. not isolation. The person God is sending will be a threefold cord with you and Christ. Together, you will stand against adversity, lift each other, and build a life that cannot be easily shaken. Now, understand this. Waiting does not mean inactivity. Waiting is preparation. Waiting is discipline. Waiting is growth. You are being molded for a season of multiplication. Your wisdom, your patience, your discernment, and your faith are all being refined. James 1:4 reminds us, "Let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, lacking nothing." That perfection is not sinless perfection. It is spiritual readiness, emotional maturity, and relational discernment. Your soulmate will meet you fully prepared to embrace covenant love because God has prepared your heart. You've been shaped by your trials. You've been seasoned by heartbreaks. You've been seasoned by disappointments. And all of that preparation has created a vessel worthy of kingdom alignment. The wealthy soulmate coming into your life will not only recognize that worth, they will honor it. They will see the layers of struggle that formed your resilience, the nights you prayed when no one else noticed, and the faith you maintained when the world seemed to abandon you. They will cherish your journey, not as a backdrop, but as a testament to God's faithfulness. Some of you have feared that you might have missed your chance. Some of you have feared that you might have missed your chance. You have watched others marry, build families, and move forward while your season seemed stalled. But God's timing is sovereign. He is not constrained by human schedules or societal pressures. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven." Your season is now. Your appointed partner is being prepared as we speak. They are being refined in patience, in prayer, in provision, and in principle. They are being positioned to match the excellence and purpose God has developed in you. And listen carefully, this is not just about romance. This is about destiny. God is bringing two kingdom-aligned people together who will not only protect, provide, and relocate each other, but who will also impact the world together. They will be a partnership that inspires communities, blesses families, and glorifies God. Your covenant will be a testimony of God's faithfulness, demonstrating that His promises are true, His timing is perfect, and His plans are higher than your plans. Do not compromise. Do not settle. Do not entertain impatience or fear disguised as opportunity. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life." Guard your heart now. Maintain your standards. Preserve your peace. Protect your faith. Because when this wealthy soulmate appears, your alignment will not only affect your life, it will affect your legacy. The person God is bringing is also being tested, refined, and prepared. They are walking in obedience, learning stewardship, embracing kingdom principles, and growing into the role they are called to fulfill. Their character will be proven, their integrity confirmed, and their faith strengthened. You will know them not by how quickly they arrive, but by the depth of their preparation. When two prepared vessels meet, the union is not accidental, it is divine. This season is about more than longing. It is about readiness. Readiness in spirit, in mind, in heart, and in calling. You are being prepared to receive a blessing that surpasses what you have imagined. Your prayers are being answered in alignment with your purpose, and your faithfulness is producing fruit in the waiting. Luke 16:10 reminds us, "He who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much." Your faithfulness now is unlocking the fullness of God's plan for your relational, financial, and spiritual elevation. Your wealthy soulmate will not just enter your life, they will transform it. They will elevate your thinking, expand your influence, amplify your vision, and multiply your blessings. They will complement your strengths and compensate for your weaknesses. They will challenge you, but never shame you. They will love you, but never manipulate you. They will love you, but never idolize you. They will align with God, because alignment with God is the foundation of all enduring covenant. And in this divine partnership, you will finally experience rest, not laziness, but rest in knowing that your prayers have been heard, your preparation recognized, and your season orchestrated. You will walk forward together, not as equals by coincidence, but as allies by covenant, as co-laborers in God's plan, as witnesses to His faithfulness. The protection, provision, and relocation God promises will not be limited to material wealth. They extend to emotional stability, spiritual depth, and relational harmony. You will see doors open that were previously closed. You will be elevated to spheres that were previously inaccessible. You will experience influence that was previously unimaginable, all because God's hand is moving in alignment with His perfect plan. Your heart may still question, your mind may still doubt, your emotions may still fluctuate. That is human. But remember, human uncertainty is no match for divine certainty. Isaiah 55:8-9 reminds us, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, says the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Trust the process. Trust the refinement. Trust the orchestration. Your wealthy soulmate is being prepared even as you are. And when God brings you together, the result will not be temporary. It will be eternal. This is a season of anticipation, of alignment, of refinement, of trust, and of faithfulness. Do not settle for substitutes. Do not accept less than God's best. The covenant coming into your life will surpass imagination. It will be faithful, secure, abundant, and kingdom-aligned. And when it arrives, you will understand that the waiting, the refining, the praying, and the hoping were not in vain, because God's timing is perfect and His promises are flawless. He is orchestrating every detail of this union. The moment you meet, the conversations you will have, the alignment of hearts, minds, and spirits, everything is intentional. Nothing is accidental. Even the seasons of solitude you endured, the tears you shed, the prayers you whispered when no one was watching, they were all laying the groundwork for this sacred connection. They were forming your capacity to receive, to trust, and to love fully. Some of you have been wounded by relationships that lacked vision, integrity, and faith. You've been heartbroken, overlooked, undervalued, and misunderstood. And God has been using those experiences not to punish you, but to prepare you. He has been stripping away unhealthy attachments, false expectations, and misplaced trust, so that when your wealthy soulmate arrives, your heart is free, your mind is clear, and your spirit is ready to recognize covenant love. Romans 8:28 reminds us that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to His purpose. Your past struggles are part of the all things that are working together to position you for the blessing that is coming. Now, hear me. Wealth without character is dangerous, but God's wealthy soulmate is rich in integrity, wisdom, humility, and vision. They understand that provision is not merely about accumulating resources, it's about stewardship. They understand that protection is not about control, it's about care, covering, and alignment with God's purpose. And they understand that relocation, whether physical, spiritual, or relational, requires strategy, discernment, and prayer. They are being trained, just as you are, to be the right partner at the right time for the right purpose. Some of you have been impatient. Some of you have wondered if this kind of love even exists. Maybe you've seen relationships fail around you, watched promises be broken, or been discouraged by patterns of inconsistency. But God's love story for you is different. It is intentional, it is covenantal, and it is kingdom-aligned. You will not have to fight to be treated with respect, honored, or valued. When God brings you your wealthy soulmate, their heart, character, and actions will already be aligned with His principles. They will not need to be convinced to love you rightly. They will already be prepared to do so. You see, preparation is everything. That's why God has been refining your patience, your discernment, and your faith. He has been teaching you to guard your heart, to remain obedient, and to hold firm to your values. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life." Your heart is the gateway to your destiny. Protect it, nourish it, prepare it, and your wealthy soulmate will meet that prepared heart with equal reverence, care, and intentionality. Protection is more than physical safety. It is emotional, spiritual, and relational security. Your partner will guard your peace, respect your boundaries, and honor your journey. They will not bring chaos or compromise. They will bring stability, wisdom, and alignment with God's plan. Psalm 91:11 says, "For He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways." Your earthly covenant partner mirrors God's divine protection, walking beside you, covering you, and reinforcing your peace. Provision is more than financial abundance. It is spiritual maturity, emotional intelligence, and relational wisdom. It is the capacity to lift, empower, and elevate you in alignment with God's purpose. They will not only provide for needs, they will catalyze growth, open doors, and expand influence. Ecclesiastes 4:9 reminds us, "Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor." Partnership multiplies blessings. Your covenant love is not only about emotional connection, it is about impact, influence, and kingdom expansion. Relocation, whether internal or external, is part of God's design. You are being elevated to a higher plane of purpose, influence, and destiny. Some of you may move physically, new cities, new environments, new opportunities. Others will experience internal relocation, growth in mindset, faith, emotional maturity, and relational capacity. Isaiah 43:19 says, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it?" The wealthy soulmate God is preparing is also aligned to move with you into that new thing, ensuring partnership, synergy, and purpose. Faith is essential during this waiting period. Human understanding is limited. Human timing is imperfect. But God's timing is flawless. Habakkuk 2:3 says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry." Your wealthy soulmate is being prepared even now. They are praying, growing, learning, and walking faithfully. And God is synchronizing your paths so that when you meet, everything aligns. Your role is preparation, patience, and faithfulness. Some of you need to strengthen your communication skills. Others need to deepen your prayer life. And many need to refine emotional intelligence. These are not arbitrary lessons. They are necessary for sustainable covenant love. You cannot steward a kingdom-aligned relationship with immature tools. God is equipping you. He is shaping you, and the wealthy soulmate coming into your life is undergoing the same refinement process. Love in the kingdom is covenantal. It requires mutual accountability, shared vision, and unwavering faith. Ephesians 5:21-25 speaks of mutual submission and Christ-like love. This is not casual dating. This is divine alignment. Your wealthy soulmate will not just match your standards. They will elevate them. They will not just honor you. They will inspire you to become the fullest expression of yourself. They will not compete with your calling. They will amplify it. You have been through seasons of rejection, disappointment, and heartbreak, but these were necessary filters. They removed people and situations that were incompatible with God's plan for your life. They taught discernment, patience, and faithfulness. And now, Your preparation meets divine orchestration. The person God is sending is not random. They are chosen, not by circumstance, but by covenant. Not by chance, but by design. Some of you are learning that you cannot control this process. Human effort cannot manufacture divine alignment. You cannot manipulate timing, force affection, or coerce destiny. But you can pray faithfully, grow intentionally, and remain obedient. Philippians 2:13 says, "For it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure." God is working in your life and the life of your wealthy soulmate to align desires, hearts, and purposes. When they arrive, you will recognize them immediately, not because of perfection, but because of preparation. You will feel peace, you will see integrity, you will witness alignment, and you will understand why God delayed everything else until this moment. It is so that you could be ready to receive fully, that you could engage wisely, that you could walk into covenant love without fear, compromise, or doubt. This partnership will be multidimensional. It will involve protection that honors your peace, provision that enhances your purpose, and relocation that elevates your destiny. It will challenge you to grow while providing stability. It will require faith, humility, and mutual devotion, and it will glorify God in every aspect. Because when God orchestrates a relationship, it is not merely about happiness, it is about legacy, testimony, and kingdom impact. Your heart may still question, your mind may still doubt, your emotions may still waver. That is human. But human uncertainty is no match for divine certainty. Trust what God is doing. Trust the refinement process. Trust the orchestration. Jeremiah 29:11 assures us of his plan. "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." The wealthy soulmate God is preparing as part of that expected end, a blessing, a partner, a covenant, a legacy in one. And the beauty of this is that it is not passive waiting. It is active preparation. You are growing, you are refining, you are learning, praying, and aligning with God's principles. You are becoming the kind of person capable of receiving a partner whose depth, character, and vision match your own, and simultaneously, they are growing in the same principles. When two people, each prepared by God, meet, the resulting union is not just relational, it is transformational. This is your season of anticipation, your season of alignment, your season of kingdom partnership, and it is coming. It is coming with divine protection, provision, and relocation. It is coming with integrity, wisdom, and faithfulness. It is coming to multiply your influence, expand your impact, and establish a covenant that will testify to God's faithfulness. Your prayers are being answered. Your patience is being rewarded. Your faithfulness is being recognized. And when this wealthy soulmate enters your life, you will finally experience the fullness of God's promise. A union that blesses, elevates, protects, and empowers, aligned fully with His divine plan. Aligned fully with His divine plan, because God's plans are never small, never hurried, never accidental. They are deliberate, precise, and perfect. Every heartbeat, every prayer, every step you have taken has been orchestrated by Him to prepare you for this moment. The wealthy soulmate He is bringing is not just someone to share your life. They are someone to multiply your impact, magnify your purpose, and walk with you in a covenant that reflects heaven on earth. This is not about temporary satisfaction. This is about enduring alignment, spiritual synergy, and eternal influence. Some of you have been waiting and wondering if God even hears your prayers, if your longing will ever be met, if love will ever arrive in the fullness that you dreamed of. But here is the truth. He has heard every whisper, seen every tear, and remembered every act of faith. Psalm 34:18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Your faith has not gone unnoticed. Your patience has not gone unrewarded, and your prayers have not gone unanswered. God is moving in ways you cannot yet see, preparing both you and your wealthy soulmate for a union that exceeds imagination. Some of you are still healing from past wounds, still carrying scars from relationships that failed to honor God's design, but God has been using those experiences as a refining fire, purifying your heart, clarifying your vision, and teaching you what true covenant love looks like. Every disappointment has been a tutor, every heartbreak a lesson, and every season of waiting a preparation for the moment your paths cross with the person He has prepared specifically for you. Proverbs 16:9 reminds us, "The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps." You may have thought you were wandering, but God was directing every step, every encounter, and every circumstance toward this divine alignment. Now, understand this. Your wealthy soulmate is also being prepared. They are walking through their own trials, refining their character, building their faith, and developing the wisdom necessary to steward a covenant that will honor God. This is not an ordinary match. This is a kingdom-aligned partnership. They are being trained in integrity, prayer, patience, provision, and protection. And just as God has been teaching you discernment, He has been teaching them discernment. When you meet, it will be unmistakable because the Spirit of God will confirm it. The peace of God will overshadow doubt, and the alignment of your lives will reflect divine orchestration. Some of you are anxious about timing. You worry that perhaps you waited too long, or that maybe God has forgotten your request. But human time and divine timing are not the same. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." The waiting was necessary for both of you. The patience was required for your growth. The trials were essential to prepare you for a covenant that is not superficial, but substantive, not fleeting, but enduring. When God moves, He moves with perfection, and your wealthy soulmate is arriving precisely when your hearts, purposes, and spiritual readiness are aligned. Provision, protection, and relocation. These are not just benefits. They are hallmarks of God's covenant love. Provision will come in ways that surprise you, not limited to financial wealth, but encompassing wisdom, opportunities, spiritual encouragement, emotional support, and the capacity to elevate your life beyond what you have dreamed. Protection will manifest as steadfast loyalty, unwavering respect, spiritual covering, and mutual encouragement in seasons of challenge. Relocation will propel you into environments, circles, and opportunities that allow you to fully flourish in alignment with God's purpose. Together, you will experience exponential growth, spiritually, relationally, financially, and socially. You may ask, how will I recognize this person? You will recognize them not simply by attraction or circumstance, but by the undeniable peace and confirmation that comes from God. When two vessels prepared by God meet, there is recognition in the spirit, harmony in values, and unity in vision. The wealth they carry is not superficial. It is kingdom wealth rooted in character, integrity, and faith. Matthew 6:33 says, "Seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." This person has sought God first, prepared their heart, and aligned their life, and now God is uniting you in a covenant designed to multiply His glory. Some of you have been tempted to settle, to compromise, or to accept something less than what God promised. But God's chosen ones do not settle. They wait, refine, and trust. Your wealthy soulmate will honor your boundaries, respect your values, and amplify your calling. They will not diminish your light. They will magnify it. They will not compete with your purpose. They will join with it, and together you will reflect Christ's love in a way that is intentional, kingdom-centered, and transformational. Kingdom-centered and transformational. Faith is required in this season of waiting. Human understanding is limited. Human impatience is real, but God is sovereign. He sees every tear, hears every prayer, and remembers every act of faith. Hebrews 11:1 tells us, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Your faith now, your persistence, your discipline, and your obedience are the evidence that prepares you to receive this wealthy soulmate. And when the time comes, everything that was hidden, the preparation, the refinement, the waiting, will manifest in a union that is unmistakably God-ordained. Some of you may be afraid of vulnerability, fearing that trusting someone so deeply will open you to pain. But God, covenant love is designed to be safe. Psalm 91:4 says, "He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust." Your wealthy soulmate is being prepared to walk in that covenant of trust, to honor your heart, to protect your spirit, and to elevate your life. And your responsibility is to remain open, to trust, and to recognize God's orchestration in their arrival. This covenant partnership will transform your life on multiple levels. Emotionally, you will experience reassurance, understanding, and unconditional support. Spiritually, you will grow together in faith, prayer, and purpose. Financially, you will experience multiplication and stewardship aligned with kingdom principles. Relationally, your influence will expand and your testimony will inspire others. And socially, your alignment will open doors, create opportunities, and elevate your impact beyond what you could have achieved alone. The wealthy soulmate God is bringing is not simply a partner. They are a covenant companion, a spiritual ally, and a kingdom co-laborer. They will challenge you to grow, hold you accountable in love, and celebrate your victories without jealousy or insecurity. They will support your calling, pray over your vision, and honor your faith. And in turn, you will do the same for them. Together, you will create a life of exponential impact, joy, and spiritual fulfillment that glorifies God in every dimension. Your preparation, refinement, and obedience have not gone unnoticed. Every trial, every lonely night, every moment of doubt has been a stepping stone toward this union. Romans 8:28 assures us that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. Your past, your struggles, and your patience are all working together to bring you into alignment with a covenant that will exceed your expectations and fulfill God's promises in your life. And now, the moment of divine alignment is approaching. Your wealthy soulmate is being positioned to meet you in the perfect timing of God's orchestration. Their heart, mind, and spirit are being refined for you, just as yours has been prepared for them. When the union occurs, it will be unmistakable, undeniable, and undeniable in peace, purpose, and alignment. This is more than love. This is more than companionship. This is more than partnership. This is divine orchestration, covenant alignment, kingdom multiplication, protection, provision, and relocation, all flowing from the hands of God into a union that honors Him, elevates your life, and creates a legacy that impacts generations. Your season of waiting is ending. Your season of refinement is concluding. Your season of preparation is transitioning into manifestation, and the wealth, spiritual, emotional, relational, and material that God promised is arriving. And so, beloved, as we stand on the threshold of God's perfect timing, let us remember that this is not just about finding a partner. It is about stepping into a divine covenant that reflects His glory, magnifies His purpose, and establishes a legacy that will impact generations. Every tear, every prayer, every moment of waiting has been a preparation for this sacred alignment. The wealthy soulmate God is bringing into your life will not merely accompany you. They will amplify your calling, protect your heart, provide with wisdom, and relocate you into the fullness of your destiny. Trust in His timing. Remain faithful in your preparation and embrace the peace that comes from knowing God's plans are flawless. Your season of longing is ending. Your prayers are being answered. And your covenant is arriving, fully aligned with heaven's purpose. Stand ready, for God's chosen union will not only bless you, it will glorify Him, multiply His kingdom on earth, and testify to the faithfulness of a God who keeps every promise